What's up, guys? I'm here with Sean Bock. Sean, how are we doing this morning?
No, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, so today me and Sean are going to be breaking down the Midwest region of the NCAA Tournament. We've done a preview for each region. The links are in the description below. I definitely recommend that you check them out. And as for this show, I definitely recommend that you stay here because the Midwest region is going to be a blast. 3 of the 4 annual participants in the Champions Classic are in this bracket. They are, of course, Kansas, Duke, and Michigan State. There's a great chance that we will get at least 2 meetings between these teams in Omaha 2 weekends from now, as this bracket is extremely weak behind them. The thing that jumps out to me about the Midwest is the amount of teams that stumbled down the stretch that were placed into this bracket. I mean, Auburn, Clemson, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, NC State, and New Mexico State, among others, have all suffered their fair share of struggles over the past 2 weeks. And 2 teams I didn't mention in TCU and Seton Hall have both performed poorly against elite competition all season long. So this bracket feels set up in favor of the Blue Bloods at the top of this bracket. But I'll get to you, Sean. What do you think about the Midwest?
Yeah, I think the 1 through 3 seeds is the most loaded in compared to any of the other regions. I think Kansas definitely has a shot to win. Duke, no doubt. Michigan State as well. But after that, I mean, Auburn, Clemson, yes, very solid teams, but I'm not really buying them. There could be a couple upsets in the first round. I mean, you have teams like Rhode Island and New Mexico State. We'll see. Like you said, it's very top heavy, but there are some teams who can make some noise in it for sure.
All right, and as for the prediction segment, if you've seen our other episodes in this series, you know how this works. Basically, we each pick a favorite, sleeper, deep sleeper, and a top seed that we believe is in danger of suffering an early exit. I'll begin. My favorite is Michigan State. There might not be a team in all of college basketball that is built more like a national champion. I remember believing this back in the offseason after learning that Miles Bridges would return. I still believe it now. The Spartans have a combination of elite talent and experience. They are stacked on both ends of the floor. All of the pieces are in place for Michigan State to have a deep postseason run, so I think that they will get out of this bracket. And as for my sleeper, man, this is so tough. I would probably say Clemson. The Tigers haven't played all that well over the past few weeks, but the toughness of their backcourt is March material. The big question is how their front court will perform. We've gotten mixed messages from that unit after the loss of Dante Grantham. And then my deep sleeper is Rhode Island. If they can put their end-of-season slide behind them, URI might have a chance to upset Duke in the round of 32. I think that we see the Rams play with a sense of urgency in this tournament, as the program's window to win will be over with their next loss, as this team will lose its top 5 scores to graduation after this season. And as for the top seed, I could see making an early exit. I thought about saying Duke, as we all know the Blue Devils' history of first weekend losses, but I think I'm going to say Auburn. The defense just hasn't been there for the Tigers as of late, and the loss of Anferny McLemore is proving extremely difficult to overcome. I admire the character and toughness of this team, but I just don't know if I see them going far this March. But what about you, Sean? Who is your favorite sleeper, deep sleeper, and top team you think will make a surprising early exit in the Midwest in that order?
My favorite is going to be Michigan State, as yours as well, Noah, because I think top to bottom this team is loaded with talent. Obviously with Miles Bridges, Cash Swinson, Nick Ward, Josh Langford. I think if they go small ball lineup with Jaren Jackson at the 5, I think they could definitely make a deeper run than if they stay big most of the tournament, because they've had a lot more success with that smaller lineup. And I think if they do that, then I don't think it's a walk in the park, because obviously they have to get past eventually Duke in the Sweet 16. But I think they have a great chance of making a run. So with that, I think my sleeper, I'm going to go with Rhode Island. I like them against Oklahoma in the first round. Duke is going to be a tough matchup, but I think that guard play with Gerald Terry and then E.C. Matthews as well. Both those guys have been playing very good ball lately, so I think those guys will be really the juggernauts for them.
Jeff Doughton as well. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's been really good too. And then my deep sleeper, I'm going to go with New Mexico State. I just like them defensively. They returned 3 of their 5 stars from last year's team. And I think defensively, they're just a hassle to really go up against. I mean, Clemson is a solid team, but I can see them an upset-wise in the first game. And with that said, I think the high seed can get upset. I'm going to go with Clemson or Auburn. I think Clemson's going to get upset in the first round by New Mexico State. Then Auburn's going to have a really tough time with the Aggies. So, yeah, those are my 2.
All right. So, how about you reveal the top half of your Midwest bracket?
Okay, so first game, I know people are saying if any 16 seed has a chance to knock off a number one seed, it's Penn against Kansas, but I think Kansas is just going to be too much. Seton Hall, NC State, this is a very interesting matchup. I mean, Desi Rodriguez, Miles Powell, Kadeem Carrington, and El Delgado all averaging more than 13 points per game. But overall, I just don't think they're all that great. Besides those four, they don't really have much. I mean, Ismael Nago is solid, but he's not really an offensive threat. They're a really bad free throw shooting team. I think they're in the 200s in free throw percentage. And NC State has two studs, in Ellery Freeman and Yomar Yurtseven. They've also beaten teams like Duke, North Carolina, and Arizona. Just a very deep team. They play like 9 guys or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I think Seton Hall, they lack depth, and I think that's going to be their problem. And I think the Wolfpack are going to come away with this one. The next one, Clemson, New Mexico State. New Mexico State, like I said, one of the best teams in the country defensively. Clemson has struggled without Dante Graham again, so I'm going to take the Aggies. Next up, Auburn, Charleston. I think Auburn takes that one. Don't know too much about Charleston, but I know the Tigers are a very solid team, and Bruce Pearl's going to have the team ready to go. Then going back up, Kansas, NC State. I'm going to take the Jayhawks. Devontae Grant has been special this year, and guards as a ticket. They're the key for an NCAA tournament run. So I think the status of the Duke Azubuike is a little bit concerning for me, especially with El Delgado down low. But I think Kansas is going to be a little bit too much. And then New Mexico State, Auburn. I'm going to take the Aggies in this one. It's a little bit of a stretch, but the defense is very solid. Auburn has had trouble with that. They've struggled lately, like we said, without Anthony McLemore. And then Kansas and New Mexico State in the Sweet 16. I think Kansas is going to win. I think New Mexico State is going to run out of gas. Kansas is a very good three-point shooting team, and New Mexico State is also very good at defending the three. But I think the Jayhawks are just going to be a little bit too much for them.
And as for the bottom half of your bracket?
TCU versus Syracuse. I'm going to take TCU. This Cuse team is just not as good as in years past, and Horn Frogs can really fill it up from deep, which is what the Syracuse is going to make them shoot with that zone. So I think TCU is going to come out. Michigan State and Bucknell. Bucknell, don't get me wrong, solid team, very good fundamentally, but I think Michigan State's a little bit too much. Rhode Island, Oklahoma. I think Rhode Island obviously has struggled the past month, but I think Oklahoma's kind of checked out at this point. I don't really think the Trae Young phenomenon is going to continue, so I'm going to take the Rams. So Duke and Iona, this game's interesting. I mean, Duke, I think, is going to win, but Iona does a really good job of spreading teams out. They use all four corners of the court to run their offense, and Duke has struggled on defense, as we've seen. So this Gales can get really streaky at times, especially shooting from deep. So, I mean, I wouldn't put the Blue Devils on upset watch, but I think a lot of people are bagging on Duke to win, and I wouldn't assume that at this point. But I think the Blue Devils are going to come on top eventually. The next game, TCU versus Michigan State. Michigan State, like I said, top to bottom, is one of the best teams. It's not the most talented team in the country. Miles Bridges has been playing well. This is his floor to shine. This is really his last chance to show the NBA scouts that he's ready to play in the league. So I think he's really going to play well this tournament. I think he's going to be the reason why they get past TCU. Then URI and Duke. I really wanted to pick the Rams, but I think Duke is just going to grab every rebound. The Rams are not very big. They're not a great rebounding team, but they have like the guards that are going to keep them in it. But I think Duke's just going to be a little bit too much. And now with this one, Michigan State and Duke, we have a Champions Classic rematch. Obviously, Grayson Allen was fantastic in November during that game. Marvin Bagley went out with the eye injury, and Duke still found a way to prevail. I think Michigan State's going to come away with this one. I think Tom Izzo's going to have a game plan that has his team ready, has his team focused, and really prepared to beat this Duke team. I think matchup-wise, I'm not really sure who's going to guard Miles Bridges. I know Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen's like 6'4", something like that. And Gary Trent, I could see them putting on there, but matchup-wise, it's just very difficult for me, and I think I have a hard time picking the Blue Devils in this one. So I'm going to take Michigan State. So in the Elite Eight, I picked the Jayhawks of Kansas versus Michigan State. I'm going to take Sparty. I think overall, Kansas, their depth is what concerns me. And if Michigan State goes small ball, I think they're going to have a real problem guarding 1 through 5. I think Legero Vic is probably going to guard Miles Bridges, which could be difficult for Bridges since Vic is such a good defender and such a good athlete. But I think there's going to be other guys like Jaren Jackson, probably even Nick Ward, depending on the stats of Duke has, who can step up and provide a big boost for them. So I'm going to take Sparty out of the Midwest region.